What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Random Things Podcast, episode 13. Coming back with John and Mike, and from a few episodes ago, Dave Hampton's back, all the way from Florida. Back by popular demand.
Absolutely.
The three people asked.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dave, we've been trying to figure out, we don't know what happened. The episode you were on got like almost 200 views, and I don't know how, because we did nothing different than we've ever done. we normally hover around like 35, 40, sometimes 50 views, but like for some reason that one was like 180 views, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it wasn't even like me. I watched it once.
You know? There was a lot of dick jokes in that one, if I remember right. That might have
there was a lot of laughs to be had in that one.
Absolutely.
Dick jokes are always a winner.
They are, and it's actually it's a good kind of place to start off with my off the top tonight, which I think will kick the humor off in a little ways. But so let me I'll start by saying this. I have watched many a animated feature, or I played many a video game where there are both aliens and fantasy creatures who are humanoid, right? Humanoid in nature, and they interact with everyday humans like the four of us, right? And put yourselves in the mindset that if we lived in a world where we would come across a random like animal human, right? Like in our day-to-day lives, they are integrated into our society, and we come across them all the time. Okay, with that in mind, I present you this picture that has popped up on my news feed time and time again from some fucking game that I don't know, but let me show you this, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna pose to you this question.
That's the one or the zero. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 1 or 0. 1 or 0. If you lived in a world where animal people were real, would you be fucking this thick ass fox? I gotta know. Who's going first? Who's brave enough to tackle this question?
If I'm not married, yes.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like the fucking Egyptian style where it's got the animal head but the human body, and it would be without even a question.
Yeah, are they perfect?
What does it take? What do I have to do? That's the question. How would I?
It's so it's humanoid body. So it's a fox, so it's gonna be hairy, but
Bro,
it's got a human vagina and like human features.
Listen to me. You could put peanut butter wherever you wanted. That fox tongue is just gonna fucking ravage your body. That's gonna be amazing. Amazing.
That's an interesting point you make. I'm going to counter this with they're also a carnivore, so what are they biting down on?
That's true.
They're pre-fed. We had steaks for dinner. This is after time.
Like, you look at this chick and
oh my god!
I mean,
absolutely, Kevin.
She's thick, man. Like I don't know.
Horrible things.
Look at that face too.
I'd sleep on that fucking tail.
Which one? There was 3.
I know. Oh, just
the cleanup. The cleanup would be very messy, though.
What do you mean? You just take one of those tails and just fucking wipe it down.
Yeah, but dude, the fur, like, I feel like it would get very like
nappy,
hard.
I feel like a simpler question is, do you want to be a furry or not? Because like,
right. That's true. I guess people wear this shit in the real world now.
Is this your kink?
It might be.
It's so bizarre.
I'd be a furry. Fuck it.
Yes, we get that.
I'd want to be like a koala.
I think of like.
At least in that example, it's just the head, right? Like there's still the human parts underneath. I feel like.
I think you wear a full costume.
Look, this is a fox person. Like I'm pitching the scenario where these animal people live in the real world, and you could walk across and find this chick. Like,
those are human hands. They aren't paws with claws.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got that. So there's, I guess, 1 point in the maybe column. I have a hard time saying yes to this. Like the proportions, yeah. If I didn't have to deal with the fur and the hair and all that other crap. But
We can even go like a step further. Let's just go fucking full cartoon. Like,
I mean,
The cartoon just have sex with fox.
it's no Lola Buddy. I mean, that's what you're trying to get at, right, Duncan?
easily fucking smash that.
Like think of like in Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Peter Quill has sex with many a humanoid alien, right?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
So like, I don't know. Would you see a fucking like a purple fucking person walking around with like fucking tentacles on their head and like be like, you know what? You have a mouth. Yeah.
If it's good enough for James T. Kirk, it's good enough for me.
Absolutely. If it's good enough for Kirk. That's right.
Again, none of these are hairy though. That's kind of the thing that's throwing me off here.
All I'm saying is
Right.
Kirk was slinging dick to anything that walked
Hey.
out there.
Dave, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking because of the tail and the fox fur that, it's completely hairy. But underneath,
Allergic reaction. Yeah.
shaved.
That's the
Like,
only part on the body that's shaved.
like, here's my thing. Like, if I'm allergic to foxes and I get allergic down there, that's not going to be a good time.
That's
It's
true.
all human, though. It's not
Good
full
point.
fur. You're not banging like a dog. Once the clothes come off, it's full human. She doesn't happen to have a tail and a fucking dog, like a fox head.
Well, I don't
Well,
know.
You're not even answering the question anymore. You
I
said
mean-
that
I mean,
the human
judging
woman with
by-
those proportions.
Judging by the picture itself, right?
That's a human body.
It's a
That is
human
a-
body, but it's probably covered in hair.
I'm going to say it's covered in fur, absolutely.
I like
What?
Duncan's answer. This is a mask. It's a human. Yeah, okay, then I can handle it.
Yeah, I like I like picturing like a nice like caramel skinned body, and she has a tail, and like that's just a fox head. I'm going Egyptian route. That's where I'm going.
So
I'm not going.
fox
I'm
head,
not going like a standing up dog banging it.
So,
That'd
like-
be weird.
a little bit of a furry face.
Yeah,
There's the hairy tails,
yeah,
but then human skin everywhere else.
absolutely. Full
I'm
vagina.
on board with that.
Yes, yes.
I think
Egyptian
that's the
style.
best. That is the best case scenario for this question. If it's just like she has a tail and she's got pointy ears and shit, right? That's like the best
Yeah.
case scenario. But
Yeah,
that
I mean,
wasn't my
she-
question.
If she's got, the fur, it just makes me want to be like, who wants a tummy rub? And
Maybe
just
it's
like,
warm,
"Oh."
bro. But you don't know. Like, maybe it might be a warm sensation you're not used to. You know?
I mean, I'd try it.
I'm going full the other way. The worst case scenario is like you get an anaphylactic reaction, and now your dick's swollen up, and it's stuck inside her, and now you can't even get out. It's just getting worse and worse, and boom, pop, no dick.
I guess the question is where do you draw the line though? Like what animal is like no fuck like fucking snake chick walks up and like get the fuck out of here like oh.
I don't know. Have you seen those S curves?
It's-
What about in like the boys when he's getting blown by that squid?
Yeah, there's that.
yeah, the deep.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
that's pretty fucking intense.
That's just.
I just watched,
I mean, that's just a fleshlight with tentacles, though. It holds itself on. I mean,
But it's like
Speaking-
wrapping.
oh my
its
God,
things
sorry,
around its
hold on.
ass.
Speaking of a fleshlight with tentacles, have you guys seen the Dune 2 popcorn buckets?
Yes.
now
Dude.
I have
I don't know how these things made it out of marketing because they literally look like a fleshlight. It's a fucking bucket of popcorn with a fucking sandworm on top, but it's like a frill mouth that just closes like this. Is you can get your hand inside to pull the popcorn out. It literally SNL did a skit on it where they were like, the guy's like, I'm fucking that bucket.
Yeah. Oh, so bad.
It's incredible. Incredible. I got
And
to
it's
pull it up.
got
I gotta
like
pull it up.
fucking. It's got like thingies that like tickle your fucking hand when you're going for the popcorn.
I don't even eat popcorn. I'm buying one of these buckets.
Fuck it. Put a warm sock in that.
Oh, honey, you got a headache? I just gotta have some popcorn. I'll be right back.
Ready?
Yeah.
Watch this. Ready? I'm gonna share my. How the fuck do I share my screen? I forget how to do that. Here we go. Present, share screen. Chrome tab. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
That's
Fucking
a
horrific.
fucking fleshlight. That's all that is.
That is horrible. I can't get over that.
It
Literally.
It's just a cum receptacle.
It even
Fucking
tickles your
ridiculous.
balls as you go in. I mean, shit.
At least you can just like take off the top, rinse it out, and dump out your semen somewhere.
Yeah. In the dishwasher sink. I mean, to Doug's point.
Oh my lord!
That's so fucking gross.
Why is this popcorn so salty today? I don't understand.
Fucking vile.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, man, that's the dude 2 popcorn bucket, and they literally, like I said, the SNL skit like that they set up around it is so funny because they're like, you think it's a guy like taking a girl on a date. It's like, oh, my parents are out of town this weekend, and like the girl's winking at him and shit, and then he's like, you know what that means? And it's like Dune 2 popcorn bucket, and like it has nothing to do with the chick at all. It's just like he's going home to fuck the bucket.
Oh my goodness.
He gets extra butter on it.
Yeah, when he's done, there's plenty of extra sticky butter there.
It's incredible.
jeez.
All right. So I think we all agree we would definitely fuck that chick. that fox.
I don't know. I'm still worried about my worst case scenario.
Your anaphylactic shock.
Yeah. Pop goes the penis. No thanks.
Yeah. And I guess like I'd be a little freaked out if it was like typical like dog nipples where like you take her shirt off and she's got like 6 nipples going down. It's like no. That's way too many nipples.
Is it six like C cup boobs at that point as well?
See,
No.
that's
So
why
she only had 2
John,
reps.
I'm with you on this. Now there's 6 tits.
She just had
I'm
2
on board.
titties. She had 2 titties.
She's got
That means
2.
2 nipples.
That's what I
don't
think.
know.
No, she's using a bustier to go and put them all together. So that way,
Yeah.
that's that.
Oh, so
No.
it's 6
No.
gross little banana boobs.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, like a newborn
If they're
mom.
knocking my knees, I'm not interested at that point.
They're basically nunchucks. It's fine.
Honestly, look at think about this though. Someone designed this fucking girl like to sell to dudes like who saw this. They were like, "Oh fuck, I gotta play this game. Look at this fucking chick."
She's got a BBL and a fucking D cup.
The proportions are preposterous.
I'm guessing nobody designed this. I'm thinking somebody just took what Duggan said, typed it into an AI generator, and then pop. That's your computer generated.
Give me a big black booty, give me a D cup, and put it on a fox chick.
Yeah.
A BBL is Brazilian butt lift.
Whatever. A big black booty works too.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
All right, be honest though, okay? Even if you did this for a living, and you were designing this thing, wouldn't you like kind of be embarrassed if you had to tell somebody what you did? Like,
I would get into a different line of work.
It's straight porn. It's straight porn.
I designed porn for fucking for perverts on the internet.
It's just
So
fucking
apparently
kid
not.
type one.
Yeah.
And apparently,
Apparently me for sure because my algorithm brought this thing to the forefront of my thing a lot.
multiple times.
Oh,
I do feel less guilty. It wasn't on mine. Yeah.
amazing.
Incredible. All right, let's get into a real topic here. First one up, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about the best commercials, and then we'll segue into the trailers because that's going to be a longer discussion here. But Dave, did you watch the Super Bowl?
I got to see the overtime. I made a promise to my son 2 weeks ago without realizing the date that we take him to Busch Gardens. So we were on Busch Gardens the whole day.
Mhm.
Fucking worth it, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Worth it.
We did that Iron Gwazi roller coaster.
Hell
You've
yeah.
never done that shit? That's one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on. That thing was balls out, like crazy fast, no lies, like 100% worth like the hour drive to go do that. And
Really?
we got back in time for overtime. Busch Gardens was a good park for the family too. Like there was lots of animals to see. Like the kids got to feed
Hell
the
yeah.
giraffes. They got licked by the giraffes. They fed them the lettuce. I have nothing bad but the good things to say about Busch Gardens in general. Other than their food service package, we did that because we'd never been there before. That was a complete ripoff. It was like 3 restaurants. They were literally like 2 miles apart from each other, and like you're like, oh, I can eat all day. Oh, I won't see another restaurant for 4 hours.
You can eat all day if you can find it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it turned into. That was a straight up horseshit. But the roller coasters were crazy good. Like the Cheetah Hunt one was super fun. Iron Gwazi is every bit worth the hype. That one's super cool because you can see the old wooden structure of the previous Gwazi roller coaster, and then they built this like insanely fast, buttery smooth roller coaster on top of it. It's just so sexy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Kind of has that Iron Maiden look to it as well because of all the steel field going in different places.
Hell yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
all like look to it, so that actually adds on to the fun of it. But I saw the overtime. I saw it go into overtime, and I mean, shoot, like what can you say other than Patrick Mahomes? I think anybody who's listened to any sports talk radio or anything this week, it's all the same thing. You got Patrick Mahomes, and the distance between him and number 2 is greater than the distance probably between 2 and 10 in my mind, because he's that much better than everyone else. He is so lethal at the end of the game. If you give that guy 4 downs, he's basically converting at like an 80% rate in the playoffs. It's stupid. Like when I saw the Niners kick the field goal in overtime, I'm like, well, Chiefs win. Because he wasn't going to be denied, and he was going to make sure that he ended it. He wasn't going to give them another chance to come back out.
Yeah. So that's the best. So that the debate right now that people are having is what's more important, building up the team or having that once in a generational quarterback who can just put the fucking team on his back and run it, no matter who he's got with him. And it's hard to not say it's the quarterback. I mean, the Patriots had Brady for years. He did the same thing. He'd fucking just find a way to win, right? And Patrick Mahomes is the same guy. He changes the dynamic of the team just for having him be out there.
2006 Patriots are my counterpoint to anybody who says that just the quarterback can do it, because the 2006 Patriots were built 100% with if you have Brady, you need nothing else, and that was the year Rashay Caldwell was their best offensive weapon, their best wide receiver, and an old alligator arms is the reason why they couldn't get past like the first or second round of the playoffs that year. Because like they just had nobody to catch the balls. Kansas City was in a bit of a similar position this year. If you look at the first half of the year, where they
struggled.
But what happened is a couple of guys stepped up because they were young guys who could develop, and they grew into their roles in the playoffs. Like Rashay Rice, for example, got real good, real at the right time. And then you also had Kelsey just take his game to another level. Which,
right?
I mean, all the Taylor Swift crap aside, the guys, the best receiving tight end probably in the history of the game. That's another fun debate we all get to have now. Is who's the better tight end, Gronk or Kelsey? I think Gronk's the better complete package. Kelsey's the better ball catcher, but that's a different story.
Yep. No. It was definitely a good end of the game. I really liked. I knew that you couldn't keep Mahomes out when it was at halftime, when it's 10-3 or 10-0, whatever it was at half. Like that's not big enough. It's not big enough. You gotta do better than that. And fucking Kyle Shanahan for San Francisco, this dude like just fucking loses. He can't win a big game. I don't know what it is. Like, you have a great offense, you know how to build a fucking season, but you just suck when it comes to the fucking final game. You don't teach your team the fucking rules for how the postseason, how the coin flips work for overtime. Like,
I don't know if I buy that. I think that's one dumb guy, because I have only heard it from that one dumb guy. I haven't heard from multiple.
Well, if he's the guy that's going to do the fucking coin flip, you better be like, look, motherfucker, you get that coin flip, you fucking you give it to them.
He wasn't the guy though. He was the guy who was off the defense that was just gas. I mean, I'll let one of these other guys talk here.
You send the guy.
But the 49ers were in an impossible position because Kansas City had just marched that defense down the field, tired them out. They had no gas left in the tank. They kicked the game-tying field goal. The reason why I think this gets lost in the discussion. The reason why they probably opted to receive was that defense was going to get steamrolled for a touchdown in the game.
That's probably true. That's probably true. You might be right there, but I don't know. He said he went with the analytics. He said, I went with the analytics. They said that it was like whatever X amount of times you gotta take into consideration who you're fucking playing with the analytics. That's the other part of it. But Duggan, what did you think? I know you loved it. You must have been watching it the whole time.
Okay. let me just say this. Patrick Mahomes. So we're fortunate enough to have seen some fantastic quarterbacks come up, play, try to come in, not do good. We've seen so many people. Patrick Mahomes is probably the most electric quarterback I think I've ever seen. I could probably compare him to Jordan in relation to how he is. Dude is on fire. He can do whatever, whenever. 1,000% talented. But he's not the GOAT. He's not gonna be the GOAT. People just need to pay attention more to the fucking rate that he's at. It's just you can't achieve it. It's not possible. That's a whole different story. I want to talk about the Super Bowl. So
I think you're afraid that he could be.
I want to hear about the Super Bowl, but then I want to hear about why he can't. I don't know.
Okay. So,
I'd love to hear.
all right. So instead of saying the Chiefs did this, Chiefs did that, I just watched the game again. I needed to recap everything because I was busy cooking. I wasn't really sitting down watching the game. I was kind of just like half-assing. The Chiefs shouldn't have won this fucking game. This game was Niners through and through. They owned the fucking Chiefs through this game. If Shanahan wasn't a fucking retard and he actually knew how to coach a fucking game, they would have won this game. He has no clue how to call a game. He doesn't know what to do and when to do it. He looks around with his dumb flat-brimmed hat. I want to smack that fucking thing off his head. How do you control the whole fucking game? You're up going into the half. You give the Chiefs the ball. Patrick tools you until he throws a pick. You have all the momentum. You end up trading fucking field goals, and it comes down towards the end of the game. You score a touchdown, you're up. At the end of the game, when the Chiefs are driving to go, the last play of the game before they kick a field goal, there's fucking 6 seconds left. They have one timeout. If that fucking stupid PAT wasn't blocked, they would have been up 20-16 or whatever it was. They needed to score a touchdown to win the fucking game. 6 seconds, one timeout. I don't think that's happened on the 11. I just don't see it happening. And we can play this and that, whatever happened, but the Niners had this thing done. It was wrapped up. He didn't know how to call game. He missed fucking blocking schemes on multiple times on third down. They just missed schemes and let people run in freely. It fucked Purdy. There was multiple times in the second half, Purdy bails them out on third down, and they get screwed on penalties or something else stupid happens, and they have to kick astronomical field goals. And let's not even get into Butker kicking a 57 fucking yard field goal. It's just so many things rolled their way, which it happens. Patriot fan, we have 6 Super Bowls. I know how it works. But I'm just saying, if Shanahan had a fucking clue, it just wouldn't have happened. I just don't see it happening. And Chiefs won. Good for them. They're on a back-to-back. I really hope they don't go for a three-peat. But I mean, it seems like everybody in the AFC East is fucking mentally challenged. And other than that, if Burrow doesn't fucking break himself again,
maybe if Burrow's healthy, there's a shot that he stops him. But
I mean, nobody else knows how to play football. It's fucking crazy. It's just, I mean, I give it to him. Mahomes is nasty. That last drive, they were eating it at 4 different times on third down or fourth down. They either ran the ball or threw it to Kelsey for a long passing catch. So I mean, it is what it is, man. You got to give it to him. But like I said, Shanahan knew how to fucking call a game. Twice. He would be a 2-time Super Bowl champion. The Patriots would be down 1, and the Chiefs would be down 1. But he's mentally challenged, and he shits himself, and he doesn't know how to fucking do anything right. It's like it's so frustrating. Any other coach, I swear to God, John Gruden could have won that fucking Super Bowl if he had the Niners. Like, that's how bad Shanahan is. He should have been calling his dad at halftime and being like, "Daddy, what do I do? I need help," because he had no fucking clue. Mike Shanahan could have saved him, but horrible.
Yeah, I mean, they literally were non-existent in the third. Non-existent. I think he went, was it like 4 for 16 or something like that? 4 for 16 for like
both teams did shit in the third. Both teams did nothing. And until that stupid fucking punt hit that dude's ankle, it was all Niners. Chiefs walked in on one play touchdown, and that was the turning point. But until then, going into the fourth quarter, the Niners were still down 3. But I mean, they owned them. They had them. If they knew how to fucking play, they had them. They were calling stupid fucking plays. At one point, that instead of the Niners kicking a field goal, they had an opportunity. They had first down. They were at like the 20-something. Okay, they give it to Christian McCaffrey on a dive right. He goes 6 yards. It's 2nd and 4. They run the same fucking play. He gets stuffed backwards. Ends up being 3rd and long, and they kick a field goal. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? What's going through your brain right now? You get in a huddle. You're like, guys, same play. It's gonna work. Trust me. Like Christian's gassed. You should run a fucking play action or a short pass. It's just frustrating being someone who's a guy who sits on his couch and yells at his TV. That, in my opinion, I feel like you're calling a horrible game. I mean, I don't know. I don't know shit.
See, you didn't pick on the 3rd and 5, where like at the end of the game, where if they ran the ball instead of threw the ball, they wouldn't have had those 11 seconds at the end of the game to kick the field goal.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like shit like that. Like you just like Belichick would have fucking easily won that game, no problem.
The way I see it, dude, is when these aren't your like this wasn't the Patriots. This wasn't the Steelers for Dave. Like these aren't our teams, right? So at the end of the day, I had no dog in this fight for who won. I couldn't believe it when that fucking punch hit that dude in the fucking leg. Couldn't believe it. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, how are you gonna give up fucking possession at like the 9-yard line right now?
It's the craziest shit. And like you can even go back to the fucking like the Tyree catch. Like I just don't understand Rodney Harrison's mind frame where you're going up to swat the ball. Why aren't you going at the ball? Like, it just makes no sense sitting on my couch being like, is this guy for real? Like, I can't even believe that shit happened. And then the defense is so deflated that they let up a fade at the end of the game. And like that, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
How about when Kelsey made Andy Reid shit his pants?
Oh, that was great.
Incredible. He just walks up to the dude, fucking like, put me in the grave. And he's like, whoa.
I mean, we've all done something competitive at one point in time. Like, if you have a good rapport with your coach, you can get in his face. It's like as long as you don't punch the dude, like you can get.
He's up there in age, man. You could have given him a heart attack.
Yo, Andy Reid's wife is smoking hot. His heart rate is okay. Right? That guy just eats the nuggies and fucking goes in town on his wife.
He's in the best shape of his football life that I've ever seen him in right now. I mean, like he lost an Andy Reid to get to the size he's at right now. So I mean, he probably is doing better.
Those nuggies.
I saw a meme of the Kelsey yelling at Andy Reid thing where it was he's up in his face screaming. And it says it's not pronounced diabetes, like he was yelling at Wilford Brimley. Because that's what Andy Reid looks like.
Oh man. Is this going to be the lead-in where we talk about how he's an abuser and poor Taylor now?
No, right. No. I actually got rid of her, but I had when we were going to do one like a week or two ago, I had one where I was just going to keep randomly popping her up in different people's windows, Taylor Swift, but I got rid of it.
That's hilarious.
That time is come and gone. But
yo, my boy was shit-faced at the parade. Kelsey, he was on another level.
Well, it probably helped him dodge some fucking bullets.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was probably laying down the whole time at one point.
No, but what was your John? I know you don't tune into the football too much, but what commercials did you like? Because I know you watch those.
Dude, I liked the Doritos commercial. I thought it was fantastic.
Which one was the Doritos one?
It was two old ladies chasing down some dude. Right?
Yes.
He stole the last bag. Right?
Yes.
I thought it was fantastic. They're like zip lining and shit. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, this is great. Right? And then the daughter, like the granddaughter comes in, takes the bag, and they're like, we're gonna fucking kill her too. I was like, that's right. Don't let anybody steal your fucking chips.
That's the girl
Jenna Ortega,
Wednesday, right?
Yeah, it was Jenna Ortega. Yeah.
Was that who that was?
Yeah.
I don't watch TV, so I had to catch the shit secondhand.
That was great. I liked the Dr. Pepper one where the guy's like, there's like that black hole that was like sucking people into it, and like they were sucking in like the
portal.
Yeah, they were sucking in the local football team or whatever, and they were like, "No, he's our quarterback. We need him." And they got him, and it's like, "Grab me with your other hand." He's like, "I can't. That's my Dr. Pepper hand." And he's like, "I understand."
I need a version of that commercial with Fred in it, Tuffy.
A version of that commercial with what?
With Fred Chaldea in it.
Oh, I understand.
Because it always goes back to how I met Fred and how he'd always be mad when people ordered Dr. Pepper because of what happened. Someone spilled it in his car one time when he was a teenager. So then we'd all order Dr. Peppers whenever we went places just to piss him off.
I believe he was at a Wendy's drive-thru, and he used to have that convertible Mustang, and so the guy went to hand him the full, like, large Dr. Pepper, like massive Dr. Pepper.
You told me this story.
And he got it by the cap. and the
Snap.
fucking thing drops, lands in his lap, runs up his shorts like ice, Dr. Pepper. His fucking car stunk. He was like in his seat. He was like, ha, ha. He's got nowhere to go. It was fantastic.
Was
Fantastic.
the top up or down?
Top was down. It was a summer drive to the Burlington Wendy's when it had opened
wow.
like earlier that year, or maybe
Yep.
maybe a year before, and it was incredible. I mean, like the entire cup was in his crotch, up his pant legs, all over his seat. Like it was incredible.
Oh man.
But you know what commercial I loved from the Super Bowl was it was very football related. Did you see the one with the bird watching? You guys gotta look it up if you haven't. But basically, it's this guy. He's like, "Oh, it's my favorite time of year. It's like the birds are migrating."
Oh yeah, with the Eagles and the Cardinals and shit. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But so this guy's bird watching, but all the birds he's looking at are the football players for the teams. Like it's the players for the Cardinals, the players for the Falcons, but they're just like flying. And he's like, we've come across a tree full of ravens, and you just like see like Lamar Jackson and these other like ravens on a branch, and then like they get disturbed and they're like, ah, like, flying away. It's fantastic. It was so fucking funny. But and then the best commercial was the Patrick Stewart
Yes.
Patrick Stewart Creed
Thank
one.
you,
That was
yeah.
like,
Paramount Plus. Well done.
oh,
I
so
gotta
good.
catch up on these. The only one I actually saw because I missed the game was the Dumb Kings one, which
That one was great too.
I
Yes.
was very happy with it. I thought it was going to be cheesy and over the top, and it was in all the right ways. Like it was actually quite amazing. And all I can sit there watching it is thinking that I'm pretty sure Ben Affleck paid like ask Dunkin' Donuts, "Can I do this for you?" Like I think it's money because like you look at the star power in that commercial. Like there's no way Dunkin' Donuts paid for all those people. He just brought his friends to the studio one day. That's what.
Seriously.
Well, it helps that fucking Jennifer Lopez's movie about their romance is coming out, so they're fucking putting that to good use.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because she did one the year before the Dunkin' Donuts commercial. He had a commercial last year where he was going to be serving Dunkin' Donuts coffee like out of a Dunkin' Donuts for the last Super Bowl, and she showed up on set and it like derailed the thing or whatever. It was part of the commercial, so he's like, the whole point of that commercial is I'm getting her back by coming and ruining her Dunkin' Donuts commercial. But like, so it's like an ongoing thing. But those fucking, you could buy the jumpsuits,
Fuck
and
yeah.
they sold out in 45 minutes.
No shit.
I believe
Yes.
it. They're awesome.
45 minutes. They sold out. Dunkin' Donuts they couldn't keep them on the shelves.
Some Russian billionaire has all those jumpsuits.
No, Duggan has them. Duggan definitely ordered one.
We will see. We will see.
Duggan's like, no, I didn't. It's on back order though.
I just love the end of that when he's done dancing. He goes, I'm sorry for your for witnessing that, but you're welcome." So funny. Oh man.
when Matt Damon's walking out with him, he's like, remember when I told you when we were younger that I would do anything for you? He's like, that was anything. That's it. Like, no more favors. That's it.
How do you like them donuts? I'm sorry.
How do you like them donuts? I just love the line delivery. He's so good. He's
Matt Damon makes everything better in that commercial. His whole like personality is like, "I'm sorry, I'm here."
I don't even know why I'm here.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to do this, but it's Ben, so I kind of had to.
That is like someone being best friends. Just be like, dude, what the fuck? Why am I doing this?
I'm here, but I really wish I wasn't.
Yeah.
It's like so good. All right, let's segue that into the trailers that dropped at the Super Bowl. There's a lot of good ones, and I mean, I can't believe that in the first 10 minutes of the Super Bowl they hit you with the fucking Deadpool trailer, because that was nuts. I expected that to be like a halftime trailer, like just before the fucking Usher show. Which, by the way, before we get into that Usher show, I don't love Usher as an artist. Like, it's got a couple songs that are okay, but like when that dude came out on fucking roller skates and he was fucking moving around that stage, I was like, holy shit. I didn't think I'd ever see this at a Super Bowl like that. That was next level.
I can't get over the fucking meme that make them look like the Purple Cobras, bro. I can't get over that.
Oh, yes. Dude, they look like the Purple Cobras.
Oh, that's insane. I can't unsee it.
Oh, man. All right, let's dive into these trailers. John, why don't we start with you, buddy? Which trailer do you want to talk about first?
Wicked.
Wicked.
I love Wicked. Right. I've
You?
seen. Yeah, I've seen the actual play. I think it's fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it.
Again, I love musicals.
I mean, Greatest Showman's a good movie. I like it. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It is what it is. You know, I like me some musicals. I can't help it,
Dude.
So.
I have worked with you for years. What do you mean you like musicals? This is the first time you've ever said that, ever.
No, I mean most Disney movies are musicals and shit. You know, so it is what it is. Like I like musicals, right? I've seen Rock of Ages. I've seen Evil Dead, the musical, right? I've seen so many different musicals in that. I really do enjoy musicals. You know, like there's some shit ones too. I mean that I don't enjoy, like Nutcracker.
I'm dying to see Book of Mormon. Like since they dropped that years ago.
Yep.
I look it up every now and then I go, holy shit, that's a lot of money. And then I decide maybe I'll wait another year, and that cycle will repeat probably about 6 months. Like, but I've been dying to see it. I downloaded that one. I listened to that one when it came out, and I laughed my bag off without having any context to any of the songs. Like, you know, People Why. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I want to see that as well. I think you have to go to New York to see it right now.
Yeah, that really goes. So music is so funny from that one. Hamilton is good. I saw that one on Disney Plus. That one was solid too.
I was at 50-50 on it. I was like, it's not bad. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's all right.
I want to see Spam-A-Lot. I want to go see Spam-A-Lot. I never got a chance to see that. That's the Monty Python Holy Grail one. That's probably hilarious. But and then my nieces last summer went and saw the Beetlejuice one. And they said it was fucking great. So I don't know.
I think that's my list as well.
Yeah. But yeah, Wicked. The trailer looked good. I really did like it. It's weird to think that they're kind of giving you the like Wicked Witch of the West as a good character, right? Because she's technically a good guy in this, right? It's the events of this movie that make her go like fuck all these people, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and it's basically it's a downward spiral of what ends up happening, and now she's painted in as the bad person, and the like what's it, the Good Witch of the East or shit, some shit. What is that?
Galinda.
Yeah, Galinda. Right. That's the actual bad person in the actual story. You just don't see it.
They make her bad. They make her
pretty sure that's the way it rolls. Yeah.
She like mean girls her.
Yeah, more or less.
I'm totally confused by that. So when I saw this commercial, I thought it was Ariana Grande and the Wicked Witch and their fucking friends, and you have the Oz doctor who is a real fucking asshole. And what happens is that he and the Wicked Witch are battling, and the Ariana Grande is like, well, just leave them alone. They're good people or whatever. And the witch is like, yo, you don't understand. This dude's being a total cocksucker. And so what ends up happening is that he summons Dorothy to come there, and she fucking squashes Ariana Grande, and the Wicked Witch loses her shit. And then she goes and attacks Dorothy. That's what I think is happening in that movie, and I have no idea if that's true, but I wish it was. Because I feel like that's such a good way.
I want to give it a fair chance, but I feel like I'd still rather hear you narrate the movie to me now.
Me too. You see, you know how they do like drunken history, where like you get somebody like, I want to see Duggan doing drunk Wicked.
We'll just pick a musical of the moment and then have Duggan do the recap, like 30 minutes.
That'd be excellent.
No dialogue. It's all muted. It's just muted, and Duggan's like, he's like, yo, bitch, what are you doing?
I will absolutely do that. I will do that 100%.
Silent movie style. I would subscribe to that series.
No shit.
Sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Duggan, which of these trailers do you want to talk about?
The resurrection of the Marvel Universe.
Deadpool 3.
Marvel Messiah.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, it looked fucking awesome. Talk about a trailer. Holy shit.
Talk about instant erection, dude. Like, I cannot wait for this fucking movie. This thing is going to be the savior of everything that is.
Dude, from like line one of that trailer, I was like, I know it's a good trailer and that it's great humor. When I have to look up what something is, I'm like, what the fuck is pegging?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
I've never heard. I've never heard that expression until that trailer. Never.
That's
You'll
amazing.
fuck the Fox girl, but you've never heard of pegging?
That's right.
Bless your heart, Duffy. That's all I gotta say. The phrase is this: bless your innocent heart. Like,
Yes,
how do you know that?
I literally never heard the expression. I was like, what is that? It sounds
Amazing.
This is the man who's never used Pornhub. That's what I just learned.
bad. No, I've used Pornhub, but all of my searches are the kind that lead me to that Fox girl showing up on my fucking thing. So
It's not necessarily my
Oh my
searches. It's
God.
the algorithm. Sometimes weird things pop up.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, this trailer's fucking hilarious, and it's obviously doing the thing it has to do, where it takes the Fox universe, kind of crushes it, but it also sprinkles in the stuff that you need, like the TVA, to make it make sense, right? And they get fucking what's his nuts from Succession. That guy's great. I love that guy.
Yeah, dude. He's fucking
he's
awesome.
He's definitely the bad guy in the movie. Like, there's no way he's not the real bad guy in the movie. But
So are we assuming that the Deadpool that we know from the first two is somehow jumping timelines? Is that like under assumption that's how he gets Wolverine?
Not
Well-
even timelines, universes. He's going. Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's
It's funny,
popping
it's funny.
timelines because the TVA is going to go try
That's
to
what
use
I'm
him to
thinking.
go ahead and
Yeah.
kill variants for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's
That's
gonna be going
fucking
on the
way
variant.
better.
I think it's like a rogue branch of the TVA.
Because
Yeah,
I
I
love
think so
Loki.
too.
That was the shit.
Absolutely.
This
So-
is, that trailer is everything the Marvels wasn't. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I felt about it. Like, I just watched the Marvels, and there were
I haven't
parts,
seen it.
Oh, there are parts of that movie. I'm actually. It's kind of like the Wolverine movie. There are parts of that movie where you're like, this is actually not too bad. It's kind of interesting. You know, I can see why some people still wouldn't like it. And then you get to the planet where they start dancing and singing, and I'm like, fuck this movie. I hope someone starts it. I want to punch everyone involved in this in the face. What the fuck is this? You're insulting my intelligence. You've removed me completely from this movie. This is a movie just for chick superheroes now. You fucking suck. And I was into the movie at that point. And then that happened, and I'm like, fuck everything about this.
Because they try to
And-
copy Deadpool and shit. Only he can do the fucking singing and the dancing.
It was so stupid. Their language is song. Yeah, my language is cut puns. Fuck you.
Oh, you just need Ryan Reynolds to be that character. That couldn't be a more perfectly cast character, like ever.
people are suggesting, and I don't know. Like, there's a run of X-Men where Wolverine ends up in Madripoor. What the fuck's the name of that place? Madripoor.
Yeah, the white suit is that.
White tux go with the eye patch. He goes by Patch, right?
Yeah.
So people, you could
Wait,
see him.
Wolverine?
Yes,
Yep.
you could see him that way in the trailer quickly from behind. There are people out there that say that isn't even going to be Hugh Jackman. That's going to be another variant of Wolverine. The rumor is that it might be Daniel Radcliffe.
I've seen the pictures of it. It looks interesting. Yeah.
I
So-
saw how happy you were saying that, and I already knew what you were going to say.
It's so-
I was waiting for
like, 'cause-
Harry Potter to pop into this shit.
I know,
Okay.
dude.
Here's a good question: Who would be funny to see turn around as that character?
And not be them.
Like
And-
I'm
Oh, right.
thinking,
Yes.
He's already Ant-Man.
He's in everything anyways. Might as well just put him in.
Danny
make him
DeVito.
make him a variant.
I'm trying to think of this fucking dude. I can't think of his name. Oh, it's gonna bug me.
I'm sorry, this just popped up. I have to play. This is our Chris Villa. Yep. So,
Deserves it.
yep. That's the craziest thing. I don't know who the funniest person would be to turn around and have it not be Wolverine. I guess if like he walks up and he like spins it around and it's like some chick standing there, like, but like clear, like, because the hair, it could be like a perm.
This dude.
Who's
See
that?
who that is? Oh.
Yeah, I can't see
Patton
that.
Oswalt.
Yeah,
Yes.
him.
This is
He
a white
pops
guy.
up.
They all look the same to me.
Patton Oswalt would be fucking hilarious.
I love this trailer though. I think it's funny and it didn't give you really much Wolverine at all, which is great because you don't need it right now. The next trailer, you introduce him a little more, get an idea of like what the dynamic is with the two of them, because clearly it's going to be like a buddy cop movie. That's what I would imagine. The fucking movie's called Deadpool and Wolverine, which I think is hilarious because I was like, oh, it's just going to be Deadpool 3. And they're like, no, Deadpool and Wolverine.
I hope they go back and they do like some fucking like Lethal Weapon type humor. I think that would be so fucking perfect. Because he's like into like the 80s like pop and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be so funny if they did something like that.
I'm hoping this is the only trailer because it did everything a trailer should do with telling me nothing about what the movie's actually about. And I'm so tired of movie trailers that are basically, here's your cliff notes to the movie. Great. Why am I fucking watching the movie then?
I agree with him. Yeah.
You got you can't reveal major plot points, right? But you gotta like I can't. Do you think this trailer would be enough to get everybody that needs? I mean, it did hit. It's the most viewed trailer of all time in 24 hours. So
like I said about the Marvels, go watch the Marvels trailer and then tell me if you actually need to see the movie if you've seen the fucking movie. You don't.
Right, but yeah, I guess
see, this did so well because we are the people that are expecting to see the trailer because we know it's coming out. So even if they give us what could end up being bullshit, it wouldn't matter because we're so hyped to see the movie anyways. So it's like they can give us a little bit and it like looks good because in our eyes we're like, fuck it, we just want to see the movie. Yeah, it looks good. But like and other points like we were just talking about with the fucking Marvels, they literally show a minute and 30 of it's like a hyper reel of the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, well, this is what it's about. Why even watch it and figure it out? So I don't know. I think they had an advantage of being able to show basically, the advantage of showing that he's gonna somehow time jump.
I think your next trailer will be similar in that it doesn't show you the plot, but I guarantee you that next trailer shows some of the buddy cop banter between Wolverine and Deadpool. I think it has to.
Here's what I want for the next trailer, because I agree with what Doug just said about you have Deadpool and Wolverine in the title. You actually don't even need a trailer. So they just take the clip from Billy Madison where the old guy steps on dog shit, and that's the next trailer. You call this shit poop. Perfect. I want to go see Deadpool and Wolverine now.
Don't put it out with your boot, Ted.
I was stoked when they showed Pyro.
That was cool.
And it's funny because I was listening to a podcast earlier where they were talking about that. They were like, why would they show Pyro? And this one guy was like, well, if you think about it, this movie's probably going to have every Fox character ever, right?
Yep.
So who's the character that nobody gives a fuck about? You could just throw in this trailer, Pyro. So he even has a line. I don't even remember what he says, but he's got a line in it. So that's pretty fucking funny. But yeah.
Do you think any other of the like Marvel X-Men type characters are going to be in this movie as well? Like,
all of them.
I was thinking of like Quicksilver right off the bat. I feel like he should be in this movie.
I think he will be. I guarantee you that Deadpool makes a joke along the lines, if it's Evan Peters, he's like, you look a little different than you did when you were in Sokovia. like some kind of line like that, because they were the two different dudes that played him. So it's like Aaron Taylor. You're not Aaron Taylor Johnson. Like,
well, you also have that troll moment from WandaVision too, where he's in that. So it'd be an interesting way to pull him into it as a Quicksilver variant that crosses over into the universe, and then it also messes around with what's her nuts when she comes back, because now she's met that vision of her brother as well. So it's going to be a very interesting moment.
Yeah. No.
That's a whole nother fuck. Oh, WandaVision.
I love that show.
That show's so trippy.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's sad to see what happened to some of those Marvel TV shows after that one, because that was a good one.
That was the shit.
Every week to must-watch television, but Deadpool looks great. I truly think this movie is going to make over $1 billion.
Easily.
I can't imagine it. It'll probably be the highest-grossing movie of the year.
It'll be as good as She-Hulk.
Okay.
I hope
maybe
it's
Dune 2.
Avengers.
Maybe Dune 2. Dune 2 might be, because the Dune 2 reviews came out, the first reviews, and they were like, this is the best fucking movie I've ever seen. Like, so
People
I
are
don't
nutting
know.
all over that
I
video.
mean, I can't fucking wait. I'm going to take the day off for work. So,
But every one of those reviews also said they gave us a free popcorn bucket that we got to fuck. So it was like, I mean, how many? How can I go wrong? They're giving me a free movie that's great, and I get to fuck the popcorn bucket. Like,
Can I,
I gotta
can I
wonder
throw-
what the girl popcorn bucket look like.
that
it's
was
the
a girl
tail.
popcorn
It's
bucket.
the tail of
It's
the
just
tail of the
fun.
sandworm sticking up.
Jesus Christ.
A
It's
sit
got a
and
real
spin.
mushroom head shape on top of it. I get it. That's what that
Yeah.
looks like.
Can I throw in just one quick fucking question for Madam Web? What's your opinion on Madam Web, real quick?
It looks
I had
terrible.
no interest in it. I had no interest in it whatsoever.
Madam, why? Why bother?
Like, where does that even tie into? Because I'm not familiar enough with it. Like, is that
Spider-Man
in the
thing.
same realm of Spider-Man?
Yes,
Yep.
so she's Madam Web is this in the comics. She's an elder. Well, like she's not even really an elderly lady. Like it's affected her timeline. She basically has like visions of the future, and she lives in like in between realities, and she pops in to like set Peter Parker on certain events that have to happen in the
Oh,
comics.
fuck yeah. That's awesome.
That
So
is cool, but
I
this
think
movie is
That's not what happens.
It's
I
not.
think this movie is their attempt to take their awesome animated property, which is the Spider-Verse and Miles Morales, and it gives them a tunnel that makes it so they can make live action versions of it. Because pretty much everything else they're doing with the Spider-Man characters is kind of memes of it, like
Mhm.
it's Morbid Time type shit. And like
Mhm.
Venom is good because of how bad it is, and Venom 2 is not good because it lost all the things that was fun about Venom. And so like I just think that they've really sucked so far with their Spider-Man properties that aren't animated. Like every live action Spider-Man's been pretty shitty. Craven looks like it could be cool, but again, this is the same people that gave Jared Leto a movie, so fuck them.
I'm holding out hope for Craven. If I'm being honest, it looks pretty decent from the trailers and that, but we'll see what happens.
The problem is these movies that they've made, the Sony movies that aren't directly Spider-Man related, like with Spider-Man in them, they all feel like late 90s, early 2000s superhero movies, like Blade, but they aren't cool like Blade and Blade 2 were. You know what I mean? They're missing.
They don't feel
They
like
do.
Blade. No, they
Yeah,
don't
they
feel like
do.
Blade. They feel like Dolph Lundgren, the Punisher. That's what they fucking feel like.
And-
I mean, that's going
and
far
done
back, sir,
right,
and I respect
and-
that.
And if they did it right and they leaned into the cheese, like intentional cheese, those could be fucking awesome. But they don't do it that way.
And that's why the Venom podcast I did with you forever ago on 3-5 shows ago, whatever
Mhm.
it was one of the funniest things I think I've done with you because that did that. That was awesome. That was a
It
fun
did.
movie.
It leaned into, and it's fine if I think there's a place for Sony to make movies like this. I think their problem is they are trying to loosely get things to tie into to Spider-Man so that they can like hint that it's linked into like the MCU, which it really isn't. And it's just pathetic. Just take Miles Morales, make him your Spider-Man, and make movies around him.
How do you make something so good and then make these live action things that are so bad? That's the thing
I don't know.
that blows my mind with Sony because the Miles Morales Spider-Man movies are arguably better than the Marvel Spider-Man movies.
They're great.
Really, really
Yeah,
good.
they're awesome.
They're fucking awesome.
And so all I can think about is the live action people is what they're doing is everybody's been fired from the DCU. They just hired them and said, "Oh, you guys are creative geniuses. Come over here."
We're gonna bring in Zack Snyder, and he's gonna make a Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah. Zack Snyder's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Release the
Spider-Man
Snyder
noir.
cut.
Yeah, exactly. Just Snyder cut of Morbius because that's going to make my life so much
What
better.
Sony should do is what DC did do, which is where they hired James Gunn to run their ship, be like, just you control it. We're not interfering. You have total, like, you're a genius when it comes to writing comic books or movies. You know what people like. You run it. No interference from us anymore. Sony should do the same thing with the people that are making Lord and Miller or whatever their names are that are making the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies. You're in charge of our Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Do live action. Do whatever you want. We're hands off.
And that's the Marvel formula, right? Like that's how Kevin Feige and Marvel, when Disney bought them, and they said, "Okay, we're just going to give you money. You guys keep doing what you're doing." That's
Yeah.
the Marvel formula. you're actually seeing that applied to the Star Wars universe now, as they put that guy in
Filoni,
charge.
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni in charge of Star Wars now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? This works. We're going to actually copy this for Star Wars now too. I couldn't be more excited with where Star Wars is going. With
I can't believe. I'm sorry. This is a rant that I have to have here.
Oh,
I can't believe that a company that oversaw like 20 connected movies, 20 connected Marvel movies, allowed Lucasfilm to start a trilogy, a new Star Wars trilogy, and not have all 3 movie arcs in place before they started filming one movie. Like, this fucking handoff between directors was just mind-blowing to me. Like, you just saw it done across 20 movies, and you couldn't get 3 movies right? Like, what the fuck? It is insane.
Well,
Insane.
I know you hate The Last Jedi, but the biggest mistake they made was, oh, that was too extreme. Let's dial it back and try to get back towards the nostalgia cocksucking track.
Listen, I do hate The Last Jedi, but I agree that had they finished the trilogy from where The Last Jedi left, if Rian Johnson did the 3rd movie, the trilogy would have been better.
Yes.
It would have ended better. I personally didn't like The Last Jedi because I didn't like the bits of some bits of the story just didn't work for me as a Star Wars fan. But having seen The Rise of Skywalker, that's the worst Star Wars movie I ever saw in my entire life. So I was wrong about The Last Jedi.
Thanks, Kathleen Kennedy.
Seriously. But, all right. Dave, I know we just talked Deadpool. Which one of these other ones do you want to talk about? Twisters, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
These other things are movies? No,
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? Twisters, I want to say Twisters. Here's my problem. They're both fucking remakes. Like, they're remakes, relaunches, they're nostalgic.
Twisters is a sequel, bro.
It's a sequel. But it's a sequel on, we don't know what to make for movies anymore, so let's just try to sell shit to 90s kids because we're fucking desperate. And
Well, at least it's not another goddamn pandemic movie. I'd rather see something cool like Mother Nature fucking up shit.
Well, and so I'm hoping Twisters goes that direction. That could prove me wrong. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, like, they're all been cool, but I'm just stuck with like thinking about they're just CGI remakes of the original movies from the 70s, and I don't think they're actually better than those movies from maybe that's just me having like a little bit of an attachment to them, growing up with them.
We're at the point where the apes are now fighting each other and the humans are just fucking an afterthought. That's where we're at in these movies.
They're hiding, bro. They're like,
I mean,
fuck, man. These fucking apes are kicking the shit out of each other.
You would think they would rally with a plan.
The only advantage to this retelling of the Planet of the Apes is it's in a linear timeline, where if you go back to the 70s, although I like this area of that 60s, 70s Planet of the Apes, is you start at the end of that movie, and then it becomes a circular time loop of that movie. Like, so once you get to like the 5th or 6th Planet of the Apes, it actually ends where the first one starts. And so that's kind of like a cool little circular thing that they did with those. These are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're going to be fine. I don't think it's going to be anything that I'm going to like be super excited about. I'm hoping the Twisters trailer looks good, but I'm just stuck in this, like, I'm down on these 90s nostalgia cocksucker fucking storyteller. Like, we don't know what else we're going to do, so we're going to sell shit to 90s kids. Like, that's what it feels like.
Twisters looks cool. It looked cool. And I said this to John earlier today, as unbelievable as all these movies are, when what's his nuts drills the fucking the drill,
Fucking bullshit.
he drills into the ground so that a tornado can pass over him without his truck being lifted up, and I was like, yeah, fuck, that would not work. Like, there's no way that's work.
How do you know that though? You don't know that. Are you a scientist? Are you out there doing it? No, you don't know. Corkscrew in that fucking ground. That's in there, bro.
It's worse than the leather strap in the first one. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm just saying, I believe in the first Twister. In the first Twister, the fucking thing picks up like an 18-wheeler and sends it around. So there's no way his fucking Tacoma, is staying put, even if he drills it into the ground.
If I don't hear the words cow, another cow, I think that's the same cow. Right? Bullshit.
Yeah, it looks good, dude. It's all nostalgia. That's all it is. And It'll probably be okay, but you know what? It's been a while since a disaster movie came out that was like something I would want to see. You know, like Moonfall came out a couple of years ago, and I was like, that looks fucking terrible. I'm not going to see that. And
At
then,
least, yeah, fair. I mean, at least it's not a Roadhouse remake. Like,
yeah,
Oh.
Dave, you shut your fucking mouth right now. Dude,
you want to
take
see
that
that
back.
shit? You want to
That's
see?
I'm gonna get the behind the scenes cut. I'm gonna get the fucking Snyder cut. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get all of them.
I'm gonna get it.
Wait,
God.
I'm gonna see it
Dave, I'm
specifically
gonna fly
for how
down to
bad it
Florida
is.
and I'm gonna take you out to a fucking dinner, seafood, syrup and turf, and we're gonna go watch that movie together. My treat. And I'm gonna wear a Hawaiian shirt. You're gonna wear a Hawaiian shirt. And we're gonna broadcast it, and we're gonna do a live review.
I love this idea. I'm all for it. Everything I heard was great, except I have to see Roadhouse. But I'm planning on seeing it anyway, so I can shit all over it because, like,
Is there
when
chunkies
I
down
shit
there?
on this movie, I want to shit on
Chunkies.
every part of it that I can.
Oh my God.
Because, like, I want to, like, I've never actually had a plan to hate watch something the way I'm planning to hate watch this fucking shit.
My three favorite people are in this movie: Post Malone, Conor McGregor, and Jake Gyllenhaal. And I'm like, I'm jizzing. Like, I don't have enough semen in my body to contain.
You need more cocks and hands. I get it. More cocks, more hands. Yeah.
Oh,
Here's my problem. Jake Gyllenhaal looks terrible as the lead.
oh,
Conor McGregor looks even worse as the
oh,
football.
oh.
I mean, have you heard anything he said in the trailer?
Fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
I
so
love him.
bad. It's
Fucking
so bad.
awful.
There's no Sam,
Dalton.
and
Looks like you're having a smashing time.
there's no Sam Elliott. The UFC, it's basically, what's that fucking movie? Walking Tall. It's the Rock Walking Tall movie, except done worse. So at some point, I'm expecting like a suplex or some stupid shit that like
The Rock threw a fucking 2x4 like 40 feet in the air.
Yeah, I actually like Walking Tall, but I'm not gonna like this shit. I'm not gonna like this shit. This shit looks like it's gonna be fucking AIDS and AIDS.
Oh, it's gonna be
the mixed
fucking.
martial arts in it looks terrible. It just
I might
does.
be doing fucking like karate in the aisle as I'm watching this movie because I'm gonna be so.
And
amped
you're
up.
watching the wrong movie because these fuckers aren't doing karate. They're like, oh, let's get on the ground and pound.
Bro,
each other
that
in the back.
UFC scene that Gyllenhaal has when he absolutely gets fucking cooled. Oh, I can't wait for that.
Again, you don't even need it. Like again, you don't remake masterpieces. Roadhouse is a masterpiece. This will not be.
I think this is gonna be top 10. It's probably gonna win every award. I think McGregor's gonna get McGregor's gonna get best, supporting actor.
I'll tell you what will make this movie good, okay? Because I don't think it looks that good either. I like the original Roadhouse. I don't love the original Roadhouse. But if they lean into the cheese, if they lean into the cheese, they really lean into the cheese, and like they know what they're making, then it could be really funny and really good.
He's absolutely got to do the fucking throat rip.
But if it sets itself up from the beginning to be this like serious movie that's like where you're like you got to feel bad for Dalton and his life or any of the things they're trying to do, if they go that route with it, then it's not going to be worth a damn.
It's going to be exactly that, and I can't wait for it.
So basically, the trailer has told you it's going to be a dog shit.
Have you seen Ambulance?
It's free. It's free
Bring
on
back
it's
Sam
gonna be free on
Elliott as the
Amazon.
trainer.
So it's gonna be free on Amazon. So all I gotta say is if it's a free movie on Amazon and the fights are enjoyable, there's some laughs. I'm mildly excited to see this. I admit that.
Here's how I'm excited to see this. If Duffy does like the Mystery Science 3D 3000, where we're all talking heads on the bottom.
Yes.
The movie is on mute. The movie's on lower volume than us, but we can hear it just fine. And then we can say whatever the fuck we want about this dog shit.
I'll tell you what. I don't know. I don't know how I will set this up because it'll be tough. But I will have, if you guys all watch it when it drops, because it comes out, it's like I said, it's on Amazon. I will try to find a way to.
Oh, let's live stream this shit.
I will try to find a way to live stream this with the movie playing, and we'll do a watch along after. I want people to see it first. I don't want it to be an immediate thing because I want to be able to like know when fun things are gonna come. But like, I don't know.
I'm down immediately.
I don't even want to see it first. I'm gonna watch the first Roadhouse and come into it blind. Fuck that movie. I want it to be my virgin viewing when I shit on top of it.
I'll tell you what. I will toy around in StreamYard and see if I can pull up like a secondary window and simulcast anything from Amazon. If it lets me, it'll probably black it out, and I won't be able to. But
other than that, or like each put I have my TV in front of me. I could just put it on and we could just stream, and I'll watch it at the same time.
yeah. Everybody pause. I gotta pee.
Duggan, move your phone. I can't see it.
All right. We're not going to get to the last topic today. We obviously started late. We're going to run late, but we'll carry it over. We'll talk about the Fantastic Four another time. But guys, thank you so much for doing this. It was a fun topic tonight, and we had some great conversation. If you're watching this at home, click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and we'll come at you next week with more topics just like this. Thank you so much, and peace out.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.